Hey guys, Artosis coming back at you with another race survival series. sSak right now on a little bit of a winning streak, taking down Ruin and then Yabsab in short order both. And now we have sSak going up against Tyson. Definitely an underrated Protoss at the moment, making it into ASL Season 13. Big congratulations to him, a very stacked season. And he is one of the few that do qualify. Of course, sSak qualifying as well. So this should be an absolutely awesome match. I think I do have to lean towards sSak. I doubted him against Ruin, who's another player who actually made it into ASL Season 13, who's looking fantastic. But he was, I mean, he was just in tip-top shape, played amazingly, and was able to take him down. That last game, though, the one against Yabsab, I don't know. It's fun to see maps like Destination, Neo Forte, right? It's a blast from the past. These are maps that I used to play on a long time ago and enjoyed quite a bit watching pro matches and all that on. But, I mean, you can kind of see how not as balanced that they can be. But you know what? Sometimes that actually is like a fun part of the game as well in pro matches, right? I remember, you know, there was this thing that way back in the day that Day9 said that really struck me as a really excellent way to look at map balance in StarCraft. Like, he basically said, you can win on any map once, right? So, like, in tournament-type settings, the unbalanced map in the unbalanced matchup might happen, like, one time, or at one time in a series maximum. And, like, you can figure out how to win that, right? Like, that is an absolutely doable thing. But, you know, over long-term map balance, and this is something I'm adding to it, over the long-term map balance that's what you're looking at, right? Like, in one game, it doesn't matter as much. Over the long term, you can see the trends going very much against the race. But anyways, all that being said, we're on Polypoid, which is the most balanced map that we have currently. I think most people agree it's one of the best maps out there right now, if not the best map out there right now. I think it's more balanced, actually, than even, like, Largo or Goodnight or Revolve or anything like that. So, yeah, a fantastic map, and we'll see how this goes down. It looks like a factory expansion build here for sSak, most likely. This is an extremely fast factory. I believe it was an 11 gas, based on how quick that is. His SCV going around the map, scouts top right, and now is going to the top left. Tyson right now, looks like he's just going straight into Dragoon after this one Zealot. Zealot making its way. Already a couple Marines out, though. And yeah, the SCV will get up, get this scout done. The Zealot is not going to realistically find any damage. Like, maybe it gets one hit on a Marine, but it'll get turned around. In fact, if he doesn't get a hit on a Marine, he'll just turn around, I think. It'd be strange to follow them in. Yeah. There's just no chance. Like, that's the thing about these Zealots. The higher level you get, the Zealot can be very useful, and it can do a lot, and it forces your opponent to do certain things, but if they see it before it gets on top of the Marines, because occasionally you're not looking, right? Like, you just happen to build a depot, and it comes around the corner and it hits you. And then suddenly big damage can occur. But a situation like that, it's basically over before it starts. Now, the Nexus gets started, as does the Command Center. Both very close to the same time. There is a Vulture out right now. And the Vulture just kind of patrolling around a little bit. I think he's looking for the Zealot. But the Zealot did get sent all the way home here. And, yeah, mine's on the way. No bunker or anything yet, so... Oh, and that's a very quick army. Look at that. That's almost a 4-minute armory that we see from sSak. So this is the type of game where you might see 3-2 done at like 14 minutes or something. That's a very quick armory. And this is a great build, actually, that we see out of sSak. This is like basically the quickest upgrade build that there is. And it's like, it looks super flimsy. In fact, he hasn't even made a bunker. But that's because his SCV has been left alone. Tyson has been sitting back with his Dragoons, and there was full vision the entire time, where sSak knows that there are no Dragoons on the map, so he actually doesn't have to worry about anything. Now, he brings his Vulture up because he wants to lay mines in front, but Tyson was actually already up here with one of the Dragoons. He had kind of followed the SCV out. So, nice move there. Ooh. All right, does get that mine hit, and he's going to plant a mine right where that expansion goes. Probably another one over at the ramp as well. Another vulture coming up. Now, we do have a Dark Templar build here from Tyson. And this is not very common what we see. Yeah, it's a little bit surprising, which maybe that's the whole... Well, that would be the whole point, basically, with DTs. But DT builds generally are not really in style for any amount of time. They're like a throw-in build because obviously it's really expensive. You don't get any real scouting intel and stuff. And vulture mines are so popular. So, I don't know if his DTs can realistically get anything done. But just the fact that he's in here, I think he already knows that it's most likely DT. Look, he's already got his scanners being made. He might throw down an engineering bay as well. I bet you that's what this makes. No, that's going to make a factory. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Okay, there's the engineering bay. Makes sense. But yeah, when you get in with your vulture there and there's only 2 dragoons and they don't have range, you're pretty sure you know what's what. You're not really being that tricked by the DTs. Now he spreads them out so that mines will not hit both of them. But there's actually no mines over here. These were all very forward mines. And this type of mine layout that we see from SSak is very popular because DT builds are not popular. But as it... Oh my god. I just saw a scan. A scan did go off. This DT walks in here, this DT to the natural. This is highly annoying. Okay, so he is definitely going to take a bit of damage from this since he used one of the scans. Okay, he scans there. That was not the best scan. In fact, quite a poor scan. He did not get on top of the DT, and thus the DT got away from the scan. So, still has this one. Still has this one. He does get a turret up. It looks like Tyson not microing this DT as heavily as he could have. But you can see now Tyson taking a gigantic worker lead. Look at that. 8 workers up right now. In a game that should realistically be about even or just slightly Tyson favored due to comm stats. Well, I mean, this has been... You definitely have to call this a successful Dark Templar rush. You know, it's... I mean, I know that occasionally DTs walk in and the Terran has no detection and just dies. And yes, that would be, I guess, the most successful that it can be. But in a realistic situation, this was strong. This was solid. He killed several SCVs, forced a bunch of turrets. And look, like behind this... It's going up into Arbiter Tech immediately, going up into Observer, getting a 3rd Nexus, and I don't think that there's any real way for damage to be dealt to him. Now, I do see the starport with an add-on, so it's pretty clear he should be making a dropship. Like, you wouldn't make the add-on, because, like, you don't have enough gas to get a vessel, you know? And you don't want a vessel this early. That's not how you deal with DTs early on. It's... I know it can feel tempting as a Terran player to be like, well, you know, let's make a vessel to clear out DTs and stuff. But honestly, your gas is better spent elsewhere early on in the game. So yeah, I think we should end up seeing a dropship, although we haven't yet. Turret going up at this 3rd base location. Looks like this probe just coming down for a little bit of a scout into this gas base. And 2-1 is on the way. Don't forget, again, that was super, super, super fast, the armory this game. A few Dragoons walking across the map. It's a very small army still for Tyson, right? He's got, like, what, 12-ish goons? A Zealot, that's about it. Arbiter on the way. But that's fine as well, right? Like, he got full scouting off. It was, like, only 2 factories, plus he did a bunch of damage, so... both these guys trying to play as greedy as they can without going over the line. And they're doing a good job, right? Like, we have, right now, sSak taking his 3rd base. And, of course, Tyson going to want to start his 4th. Like, I mean, anytime the Terran is expanding, you need to expand his Protoss. It's probably a pretty good way to look at it. Now, that Arbiter, what is he going to get for its upgrade? I believe he didn't get an upgrade yet. So maybe it'll be recall. Maybe it'll be recall. That'll be an interesting thing to check out. Oh, I just saw a scan right here. That was a mistake. That was him clicking quickly and trying to make SCVs, and he accidentally clicked on this. So that's a little bit annoying. That's not how you want to do that. Another Nexus coming up, so that's going to be the 5th base location. Very solid economy. Generally, that's how you want to do it, is 5 base Protoss against 3 base Terran at this point in the game. Arbiter comes out. More gates being added. Factories coming up here as well. Worker count starting to equalize a little bit here. Probably looking for around 65 workers on either side. That can be, just subject to the player a little bit, but in general, that's what you want to see. Stasis now finally getting started here for Arbiters. Okay, so now we're starting to get a little bit of a better idea. I guess he looks at this as he doesn't need the Stasis yet, so why start it so early on? Can spend that money elsewhere. 4th Nexus is done. Even a defensive photon cannon going up. Now he is making a vessel. Yep, after your factory adds, it's a great time to throw a vessel down. A very nice defensive posture right now. No real damage going to be incoming anytime soon. And just a little bit of harassment. Honestly, his factory count, SSak's factory count here, is not super high. Like, he's almost done 6 factory. So, like, losing any vultures right now is... it can be a little bit scary, because Protoss macro is going to explode pretty quickly here now that he's got his 5 Nexuses up. Like, 5 bases is how much you kind of want to have, and then you can start, like, maxing out and attacking your opponent. So I do get a little bit nervous when I see vultures being spent, especially when it's for something like 4 probes against a 5-base Protoss. At that point, the probe damage doesn't do quite as much. Now, vultures being sent out once again. All right, Dragoons easily deflecting that. Set up while he's waiting for those cannons to warp in. The Screaming Bird. He's quiet today, isn't he? And there is that 4th CC from sSak. Actually, very good time on that as well. 6 factory is a solid number. You always want 6 or 7 factories before you start that 4th command center, just to make sure that you're producing enough that you won't die to your opponent attack moving you. Looks like a probe being sent towards that top right. Zealot going ahead of time to clear everything out. You can see this beautiful timing, the symphony of Protoss that we're watching right now. The probe sent out, and from a different location, the Zealot is ahead to walk through any mines to kill off anything that may be waiting there for it. But as sSak sees the vulture, yeah, when the vulture sees the Zealot, you know that there's a probe coming as well. All right, the Arbiter and some Dragoons over to that side. Recall is being researched as well as Psystorm, so Tyson kind of finishing out that tech tree a little bit. I like the mines being laid. Just saw a vulture die here. I think it was trying to snipe a probe. Another one being sent immediately. And honestly, really solid macro. I mean, here we are at 160 supply. You know, after that early game damage and everything, but he's been hitting his rounds very, very well. Have a good amount of gates. 10 gates right now. 2nd Stargate coming up. 2nd Forge coming up as well. Those Templars are out right now. So Psystorm being added in. So important. By the way, 2-1 is done. And we actually have 3-2 upgrades coming. So that's like... 3-2 upgrades is the GOAT for Terran. That's like what you're looking for. Another probe being sent to that bottom left. I like the attempted vulture raid here. I wish he'd micro it just a little bit more. This Nexus is just not going to die. Yeah, if he had moved the vultures one time to the top and attacked, he would have been able to actually cancel this. So that's actually a bit of a big mistake. To send 7 vultures in and they do not get the Nexus. Like, it's possible with the amount of damage he puts on, he does like a drop ship in or something like that, but Tyson should leave a few units here to block the ramp, not let any more vultures up. But I really like as well Tyson sending another probe to that bottom left to go ahead and make Nexuses, because his top right has been foiled a couple times. It almost got foiled again there. But yeah, it's at the time, look at his bank, right? He's maxed out, he's got his 5 bases. At that point, you can just make Nexuses everywhere. Like, you're not missing out on the money, because you're just building a bank anyways. And it's not like he's about to attack in, because sSak has enough. The sSak is not going to die. Nice dealing with this group of Dragoons. Very good. This, I love to see. Look at this. He's got the mines laid out as well. The other Dragoon's trying to clear the other side of the map, but this means he can force a cancel on at least one Nexus. He might be able to get both. We'll see. Oh, it looks like we had a recall here at 6 o'clock. D-Matrix going on the tank. There's just so many Zealots that were recalled in here, though. The Arbiter somehow not dying over all those turrets. And that is highly annoying. Quite a few SCVs go down, but still 60. Not too bad as far as that number goes. And sSak just needs to clear this immediately. Looks like he will end up killing this Nexus. And if he's quick about it, maybe he can get this one as well. Okay, the Vulture's going to come up and start clearing these Zealots out. And he should be able to float this command center back now. You know, both players, I tell you, these Vulture moves are so important. He's just not going to quite get this Nexus. There's not really much of a way to force that. Vultures just don't do damage to buildings quickly enough. You see this one about half health, but regaining all those shields. And now sSak is moving out. Now this I'm a little bit afraid of. Okay, we have 3 High Templars in here. We have a Stasis ready, plus a bunch of +2, and soon to have 1 armor, although that's not as impactful. Units here for Protoss. So this attack from sSak, I don't think he has an appropriate timing. I don't, like, maybe he can siege here and be fine, but if he tries to go up in this area, I think his army's going to take a real beating. Now, this is a super scary army, but with the splash damage, with the stasis, and the spread of Protoss units, I'm not sure this is going to work out for him. All right, here we go. Oh, a nice storm to start. Lets that one eat the mines right there. The tank's splattering so hard. Where are the storms on this group? That's what I want to see. There you go. Those are the storms we're looking for. And he does get another one off. Erases most of those tanks. Now, this trade so far for sSak has been fine. But if he keeps going, there's going to be another round of Zealots and Dragoons coming out. And he just doesn't have that many units. Okay, here come 4 Vultures. But he needs more than that. He needs... Like, tanks can't fight alone. They need a lot of other units with them. But he's going for this Nexus. Let's see if he can actually end up getting it. Everything coming up once again. Oh, he's got to save this Nexus. Do we have a stasis on any of these? It doesn't look like it. Not at the moment. He's getting that Arbiter energy upgrade. sSak continuing to push. We have 17 gates producing right now. So a lot of Zealots coming out. It looks like the Nexus is going to fall. So, I mean, that's a big Nexus snipe. He didn't get the 3rd, but got the 4th base right here. So very well done. Sending his army out of here as well. Beautiful. The minefield going to slow everything down while he tries to attack this other base. Now, can he actually bust this with this army? A lot of Vultures have come up. We do have a little bit of scuffling going down here. Okay, somehow he actually ended up getting this Nexus. So another big moment here for sSak. Dude, it looks like sSak is really taking control at this point. He's got his 4th base back up in mining. I wonder what he's going to do for his 5th. He is adding another factory. Getting the 5th base can be a little bit tricky here on Polypoid. Targeting that Nexus, which his Vultures already did a lot of damage to. Looks like he will end up getting it. So that's 2 Nexuses down. And of course, canceling these ones in that bottom left. Or, well, I guess killing them, but they didn't have probes at them yet. Tyson remaking 12 o'clock. Looks like these probes going to be absolutely devastated from the Vulture attack. 3-2 upgrades have been done for a bit now. And yeah, of course he will be able to clear this out, but what is he really saving? It's more about clearing the army than saving 3 unpowered gateways. SCV coming to this base. Is he going to try to expand there? That's going to be a hard one to hold against a player that has recall. That's for sure. Okay, yeah, he is going to try. We'll see about that. All right, well, Vulture harassment still continuing. The Arbiter count is growing, but I guess not anymore. He's not making any more at the moment. A bunch of Vultures going into this 5th base location. Okay, a recall to try to defend it. Lots of zealots in there, so maybe not the most cost efficient, but he needs to save the probes. So you do what you have to do in this type of situation. Bring the rest of his army down now. Looks like another probe was trying to reset up this base. Not going to work. This command center, yeah, no big surprise that that does get canceled. And look, Tyson's pretty low on probes right now, but I guess there are some good things going for him, right? He's retained a good amount of arbiters. You know, he's got 3 right now. He's making 2 at a time again. He's had a hard time securing these other main bases, not gonna lie about that. Has resent probes to 12. Looks like 9. Hopefully he'll get a few more probes at 9 o'clock as well. He is running back and forth clearing everything. Now, if sSak had a fully mining 5th base right now, I'd say the game is pretty much his. And he's done a very good job, but he's slowed down now, right? Like, he did spend a good amount of units, especially vultures, running around the map, slowing Tyson quite a bit. But can he do that again at this point? Oh, hallucination is on the way. Now, hallucination is... like, the thing that you use that for in this matchup is you hallucinate arbiters to fly over turrets. So you just have, like, 8 arbiters go in, and you don't know which one it is, and the recall hits, and that's it. Oh, look at this. Picking off the... oh my god, science vessels. Many of them dying here. Some great stasises as well. See if maybe he can get a good EMP. The stasis is getting so many tanks. Look at that. That's like 9 tanks between 2 stasis. So if he can end up killing off those tanks, that is going to be a huge moment. Looks like this eBay is going to end up going down. A lot of mines being laid in the back as well. sSak trying to deny yet another base. All right, coming up and very... oh, that is an amazing EMP that just went off, but another EMP... that was an amazing EMP as well. One Psystorm does get off, and the unstasis occurs. Thaws out as more zealots are running down, so it looks like Tyson is actually getting a pretty darn good engagement right here. Goliath's trying to pick off some of these arbiters. Psystorms go down. Most of the army being flattened here for Tyson. Oh my god, literally 1 hit point on this Arb as it gets out of there for now. And sSak will continue to push over and take over this location. Maybe we can see him actually end up getting a command center here. That would be fantastic for him. Nothing in this shuttle to save the Nexus, unfortunately, so another one will fall in this location. I tell you what, this is getting kind of epic. It does feel to me to be a bit sSak favored still. I think we've had some very good moves from Tyson to kind of keep him in it, and I don't think he's dead. I don't think he's dead right now, but it's getting very dire. He needs another mining base, but right now sSak is on 1 mining base, right? And that's like 7 mineral patches. That is not that much. Whereas we have way more. We have 14 mining mineral patches here for Protoss. So he has twice the income. That's a big deal. It's a really big deal. Even though the situation doesn't look like... looking at it through Protoss's point of view, it doesn't look particularly good because his economy is pretty small, but sSak's is really small as well. So this base, super, super crucial for him. Needs to get this up and mining, needs to keep it mining. If he can keep this mining, definitely a big advantage. But Tyson trying to take this base once again. We'll see if he's able to keep it. Since sSak is expanding this direction, much more likely this time. Now, it looks like sSak is trying to flank this army, but Protoss armies don't really get flanked unless you're way bigger. So he turns, pushes that back, and retreats to the north. 3-3 upgrades against 3-1-2. That's like really good upgrades for Protoss. You don't normally see it that high up, but very nicely done. All right, a little bit of scuffling over here. Tyson picking off what he can. That Arbiter's so low on health. Definitely wants to save that if he can. Very hurt shuttle with nothing in it. Gonna die? Oh, God. Yeah, this Nexus died during that. Okay, this is looking worse and worse for Protoss. Looks like he's going to go ahead, send his probes to that top right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The interception is coming. Oh, but he's not looking right now. This would have been an amazing kill to just kill all those probes. Would have been absolutely fantastic. So the luck is with Tyson here today. Oh, 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 oh. That's a quick stasis right there. That thing had no health left over. All right, another stasis goes down as Tyson tries to attack to the south. Zealots coming in from the top. Oh, wow, that's actually a surprising amount of Zealots to add into this, but the Vultures are right there to intercept. Does he have another Psystorm for these tanks? That would be big. Yeah, there it goes. And, oh my god, like, he breaks all of this. Now, can he do anything against his command center? Is it possible to just pick this off? sSak sieging maybe a bit prematurely here. Psystorm zoning these tanks out. He actually starts to fight a bit. Another great Psystorm there. Morphs an Archon that'll slow him as well. Picks off this one tank that comes up. Oh my god. Is Tyson going to be able to pick off this command center? Looks like he's decided to just fight the units for now. Okay, there we go. Targeting it down. A command center kill here would be gigantic. And down it goes. Down it goes. Losing a lot of his army there and backing out. But that is a big, big moment. Now, there's another command center being made in the bottom left. Tyson probably could go up and... Oh, never mind. There was actually a Zealot on it already. Sorry, I didn't see that. It was underneath the minimap. Okay, so Tyson has this base and this base. sSak back down to just this base. This is an insane game right now. Okay, let's try to look at the actual army quality. This is a good amount of siege tanks. 12 tanks with 3-3. We have the Vessel, full energy. Full group of Vultures, a Goliath. Up here, just a smattering of units. Couple Psystormers in there. Overall, sSak's army does look a bit better. Yeah, for sure it does. But, I mean, good Psystorms or like a Mind Drag, you know, the Terran army getting out of position a little bit. You could see Tyson getting a decent trade. Now he is rallying more in. Nice move up to the high ground. Laying lots of mines behind for this flanking army. Look at that. A lot of probes starting to go down. It feels like this could be the killing move. Probes having to be pulled back. Looks like a counterattack coming down from Tyson. He really doesn't have much going on right now. He knows that he can't save the space, so he gives up the defense on it. The Nexus falls before he comes down to try to clear anything. Now, another command center. Oh my god, the command center at the third base going to be picked off. What am I looking at here? All right, that leaves us the main CC, the natural CC, and the fourth base CC are still around. This attack continues forward, but this is not going to end well for him. Oh, the EMP's absolutely ridiculous. The Morphing Archon going to be picked off. Okay, I think the game has been decided now. Yeah. And look, I mean, a Vulture Raid going up to 12 o'clock. This is literally the last of his mining. He is trying to remake a Nexus in that top right, but you can see the supply differential is massive. And sSak definitely in control. I think an expertly played game. Like, he had some engagements I wasn't sure were going to go perfectly, and he really made the most of them. Tyson, I think some great plays in there as well, but... yeah, unable to keep up with the experience and the just... I mean, sSak is playing out of his mind this week, honestly. Some very, very solid games. Taking the correct engagements. Staying calm and patient, which I've mentioned before. I feel like that might be sSak's tough point. It feels like he always gets himself into an advantage at some point and then will take a bad fight. Alright, a few tanks... trying to sneak up here to kill this base, but that's not going to end up working. These goons catch them, chase them down. The entirety of the income right now. I guess he will get more income shortly. Huge amount of tanks being sieged now over at the possible 5th base location. Okay, yeah, the natural CC has been sent out now. So here it is. This is going to be the new base for sSak. Alright, so here, let's do some quick math, right? Twice the probe count, so let's add, like, 25 to this. So, realistically, the supplies for Army, it's like 95 against 146. That's the way I like to do it, is just equal the probes and discount them. So, being down 50% Army supply against 3-3 mech is not a doable situation for anyone in any matchup. The 3-3 mech will absolutely obliterate anything coming in, especially if you're sieged like this, you have a few Goliaths in there. It's not likely that anything will occur. Ooh, a little dropship going to this base. 3 Dragoons here, so I guess he can push it back. Drag him over the mines. Yeah, that's the move. I love it. I love it. And now he wins because he dragged him into the mines. Beautiful to see. Okay, out of minerals here. So I guess technically that gives Tyson like more mining, but yeah, you can see that's not lasting for long. A Vulture Raid hitting this top right base once again. The Siege Tank's slowing down the goons enough that just about every probe will die, or maybe every probe. And I mean, he's going to transfer 5 over, but this is where it's GG. There's just nothing left. He's making like 5 Zealots and 2 High Templars. That is not something that can really be done. Alright, comes in with his Vultures, picking off even more of the army here of Tyson. Tyson, I mean, this guy's got snake blood, man. He is not giving up. Another Nexus being made, but sSak has another command center here as well. Patrolling science vessels, just looking for the Arbiter to try to do something sneaky so they can zap it with that EMP. And now sSak unsieging. It is time. He is moving out. He is going for that kill, and there is no way that this is going to be denied. The army is a lot closer than it was last time we checked. Or, no, I guess it's actually exactly where it was last time we checked. But he's got some good High Templars in there. See? Not anymore, but, you know, he did. Just a handful of Dragoons over here at this point. Laying some mines in between. Looks like he's going for that main base. And of course, if you kill all the production, doesn't matter if you have full saturation over here. You're not going to be able to build your gates fast enough to stop this army. Oh, looks like an EMP was hit on this incoming Arbiter that wanted a recall. That would have been kind of interesting if he got that recall out. But I think sSak would have just brought his army down and cleared it. Lose the command center, though. You can see how careful sSak is being this game as well. Some nice micro, picking off as much as he can, but the EMP goes down on these Dragoons. They are going to have to retreat. And yeah, I mean, truly, any second. Hey, it's been GG for a bit. Okay, that's it. sSak wins an epic game here against Tyson.